Well,
Hey,
then,
everybody, this is Dr. J, Professor Spike, and Kamal streaming live from Long Island, New York, where we're analyzing the after hours action. Miss. The
yes.
technicals say buy, the fundamentals say sell. Michael Burry says sell. Mike Wilson says sell. Jimmy, what's his name? Jimmy Kramer? James
Jimmy Kramer.
Kramer? He says
Jimmy,
bye, bye,
Jimmy.
bye, 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 bye,
Bye
bye.
bye. Bye bye.
Bye 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 bye. All right, let's take a look.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, take a look and see what's going on. I want to look at the spiders. I want to look at CRISPR, which is, I think, are heading higher at this point.
Yeah, what you're saying before about the pharmaceuticals, you might be right. Biotech might still be.
Biotech is getting a big bid.
It might
So
be a rise. It might be a shining star.
yeah, so far this year, bio is really the place to be, in small cap bio in particular. Well, let's see what Linus says.
He said
Ah,
he's bye.
he says he's negating Michael Burry.
He's
Michael
saying
Burry says one word, sell, and the markets
um, the markets were okay until these
actually they
announcements.
went up on that. Hey Andrew.
How's it going, Andrew? Good question.
Well, the technicals can't be better. Let's take a look at the technicals.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to it. I really am very enthusiastic with respect to the spiders. The chart is talking to me. I mean, it broke above the downward trend line from January. It closed way above the 200. Um, today it took out the 20%. It traded intraday 20% above the 22 lows. What were the lows? 348. So we computed how to go to 418, which it did during the day. So intraday we crossed that number. What else? We broke through the 38.2 fib retrace. What else? The 200, the 50 is crossing the 200 today, right? Just about. Take a look at that. That should have happened, I would think. Uh, Got to get my lines straight. What the heck? I'm getting confused. Where's the 50?
All right, the
I
50
got
is purple.
too many lines. I got to clear the drawings. All right, so this is the 50. Where's the 200? What's this green thing?
That's the one. The green is the one is the 50, and the red is the 100, and the gray is the 200. So
200 is dark color. I don't see it. Oh, this
yeah.
is. It looks like a straight line. All right, so it's still heading down the 200. If you're a purist, you want it to curl up, but the 50 is curling up and crossing the 200. So to me, that's good enough to be bullish. Yeah, like I said, a purist might want to see the 200 with a little hook on it. It's heading in the
Gonna be
wrong.
tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I'm saying? The
Yes.
200, but the 50 has a little ascent to it, right? So the 50 is on the ascent. It's just the 200 needs to
And
straighten.
the hundreds dipping up a little.
Where's the 100? Oh, this is 100.
Yeah.
The 100 is at this point not that significant technically.
Right.
The significant one technically would be the 50 crossing the 200. And that's happening, what happened today.
Could you click
Also
on the six
happening
months?
today is the 418 level was taken out. What else? Technically, we had about five things that we kept talking about. I think that I mentioned five things.
Well, you did mention a couple of them, at least four of them.
The trend line was well crossed easily.
Right, you broke out of the barrier,
Broke out of that downward trend line.
and then you have the 418 number.
20% off the bottom.
Right.
That happened today. Crossing of the 200 with the 50. That happened today. What else did I? The break of the 38.2 fib retrace.
Right, that's the other one. That was the
That's
last one.
That's four things.
And you broke out of the upward trading range.
Yeah, that we broke the 410. That was a critical number, right? So that's the five. We have five reasons, technically, just looking at the spiders alone, that you should be very enthusiastic. Technically, I would say you're in the 90 percentile that we've seen the bottom. But the fundamentals, not too good today. After the close, everything's a miss. Ford's a miss. Starbucks a miss. Qualcomm a miss.
I think people are overreacting. I think by tomorrow things will settle down, and people are going to see the technicals, the good news about the technicals.
Yeah, but how many people know from technicals other than us?
Only a couple million.
Not too many people pay attention. They listen to people who pay attention. And what else? What else is true?
Could you show the 6 months?
What about Google? Google is a miss. Amazon is a miss. Apple didn't come in yet last I looked. I don't know. So everything's a miss.
Apple Mac revenues miss.
Apple missed too?
Yes, 7.74 billion versus 9.63 billion.
So every mega cap stock is a miss except for Meta.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Could you show the 6 months graph, please?
Yeah. The price action is beautiful also. I mean, just looking at the chart, you got to like it. You got to like it. It's blown its top, so to speak. So it's even if it pulls back here due to the huge rally that we had, I think it pulls back to somewhere around the 200, which is a 395 area. And I tell you, we could probably live with that. And then we rally up again. So I'm not that concerned, really. I think this is going to be an excuse for selling. I think all these misses. I don't think we're going to get them all Friday.
Really?
Dr. J, did you see that candle in September 10th or so? Did we pass that?
September 10th.
To the left, the other left.
Oh, to the left.
Left, more. September.
Mm-hmm.
See, September, more left. More, just a little more.
This is the 20th.
Yeah.
Oh, that candle, yeah. Let's take a look. Yeah, we crossed it.
We crossed it big time.
Yeah, that was 411. That was part of the 410 double top, triple top, whatever it was. That was a key level that we were talking about. Yeah. Right there. It was really a triple top that we had to get across. I mean, you got to like the chart, but still, with a run like this, I wouldn't be shocked if we get a 5% pullback to about the 200. Is that about 5%? I think so. So, hang on to your seat belts or fasten your seat belts, whatever you do.
Hmm.
I think we could get a little bumpy ride going forward for the next couple of weeks. Maybe 2, 3 weeks. February might be a little bit tough. Why not? Maybe as Kamal said, the technicals will carry the day. Screw the fundamentals.
I think people are overreacting.
Today with the selling after hours,
Yeah.
well, let's take a look and see how bad the selling is. The spiders, the selling is not bad. It's 0.75% of 1%. That's not bad. Let's take a look in the order. CRISPR broke through the $55 barrier. Remember, I said we have a double top there, a lot of resistance. If it breaks that, I think we're going to 65. So at the very least, we should touch the 200 at about 60. I see a little bit more room for this to run, maybe another 30% in that vicinity, up to the top of the candle on 11:15, 64 and change. That's where I see CRISPR going. So I like CRISPR. That's why I put it down as one of the stocks we would look at today. And remember what I said, this is going to be the year of the gene editing stocks, just like
The year of gene editing.
yeah, definitely. That's what the whisper, how people whisper in Wall Street. They're all whispering about the gene editing stocks. Now the question, they're not all whispering good things. They're saying
Yeah.
it's make it or break it year for the gene editing.
Are you in edit also, Dr. J?
What's that?
Are you also in edit?
Yes. I'm in all of them except Prime. I sold all my Prime. I shouldn't have. I would have to buy it back. I at one point sold.
And it's no price.
At one point, when edit looked weak, I sold some, and I bought it back subsequently. So I have my full position of edit, but I don't have any Prime. It's the only one. They all look good to me on the charts. CRISPR the best, but they all look good. Intellia's moved up lately. But let's go through the earnings. The FANG stocks.
Right.
Well, I'm very happy with my position with CRISPR. I might even add to it. MicroStrategy, probably the most heavily shorted stock on the. Is it an S&P stock? I think so. Very heavily shorted, and I guess we had a big short covering rally all the way from 145. This is my best performer out of my 5 picks for the year.
Very good.
Yeah, it hit over 300 today. Pulled back. Bitcoin. Michael Saylor is still talking, big numbers for Bitcoin. 100.
Yeah, coin went up today a little bit too.
Well, also short. Same reason, short covering.
There was a lawsuit that got dismissed, so they got.
But also, they have a huge amount of shorts. When you have a huge amount of shorts, when half your float is short, it doesn't take much to ignite a rally.
Then where are those mean people when we need them?
Well, they're coinsters. Meme people. That's one of the memes.
They're not driving this up like they've driven the other stuff up.
Wow, this stuff is be correlated with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is doing well. According to Michael Saylor, he's still of the conviction that it's going to go sky high to the moon. First stop 160,000. 10 bagger from where it's been trading recently.
Really?
Yeah. And if that happens, his MicroStrategy will also go up tenfold. So you're looking at $3,000 stock if that happens. He's been going up at least proportionately, if not higher, greater than proportionately to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes up 100%, he might go. MicroStrategy might go up 150. That's how it's been anyway.
Oh, so we're gonna have to create something called a bit beta.
Yeah. So if you believe Michael Saylor, buy his company. If you believe him. Of course, our opinions are strictly our own and not
Very funny, Tim.
advice. Check with an advisor before acting, and you shouldn't believe Michael Saylor either. I mean, you could believe him. It's up to you. Believe what you want to believe, right? You should make up your own minds. But don't let Michael Saylor over influence you. You got to weigh everything. Weigh it against those who say it's the same as the tulips in Amsterdam. And you know what happened with the tulips in Amsterdam?
No, but you're gonna school us, right?
Well, they basically line the streets now, and they're a dime a dozen, not $1,000 a dozen.
I've been there. It smells like cow manure.
What the flowers or the
all of Amsterdam? All of Amsterdam.
All right. We're not going to dwell on the tulips, but Amazon is only down 4%. It's not that bad. Considering the miss, it's really not that bad.
Dr. J, did you buy Chewy? You said you're going to buy some.
I bought Chewy today. How did it do?
It's up 4%. Well, how much did you buy it for?
I don't remember. It was what did it close at?
40. It's 49.
I think I paid 48.
That's good. So you made $1.
I paid a lot. I paid near the top. I bought it the middle of the day. I expect it to go a lot higher though, so it doesn't matter. A couple of pennies.
I agree.
Amazon, Google, down 4%, 4 points, or also 4%. It looks like Amazon. Same kind of after-hours action. And not the end of the world either for these stocks that were up. This was up 7% during the day.
I am not worried at all, honestly.
And it's only giving back 4%, so it's not terrible, all in all. You know, so far I could live with this. Not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, well, remember. Well, I guess these are the better. These are the more knowledgeable traders anyway. But the real traders are going to come in at 9:30 tomorrow.
Well, we'll see. Apple, you say missed, and it's also down the same, 3%. They all look the same. It had been, but the thing is, this looks a little worse because it wiped out the whole gain for the day.
Right.
Google and Amazon only wiped out half the gain. I'm curious to see the numbers on Apple. I'll have to take a look afterwards. The Qs are down only 1%, a little more than 1%. It had been up 1.6% during the day. It had been up even higher at one point. But it had a great day, even though I don't like that kind of doji candle. You know, I'm not my favorite candle. Considering the price action after hours, considering the little sell-off in the Qs, I think tomorrow won't be a terrible day, but I think it'll be red. I mean, you never can tell, but I with the market, it's crazy. But my sense is that we might get a little pullback, as much as 4 to 5%. That's not so little. But even if I'm wrong about
one day, it's a lot to eat in one day.
Yeah, it's not, even if I'm wrong about the 4 to 5% pullback, I think we get some small pullback, even if it's 1 or 2 or 3 trading days.
Right.
We're due for a pullback. Anybody have anything you want me to look at? Because I'm done.
The only thing that's actually mentioned here is just the discussion that you guys had about Chewy,
I'll do Chewy.
since you were talking about it.
I'll do Chewy.
And
Chewy looks good. It broke through all resistance. It looks quite good. It took out this high from middle of December, the 40, what was that, 48.01. So it took that out. That made me feel pretty secure in buying it. And the fundamentals is that animals like their products. And if the animals like it, the humans that own the animals also like it.
you're right. Do you would you mind looking at lit, since we haven't really talked about lithium in a while?
Well, and it also had a phenomenal run of about 25% since the beginning of the year. And also LAC is one that I've been
At
adding.
least it's one of your favorites, right? In that
I've
space.
been adding to LAC. Yeah, it took out this high from beginning of the week, didn't it? The high from the beginning of the week was 72.65. Let's see, did it take that out? Very close. It looks very strong right now. Lithium is on the move, up, not down.
Well, all this discussion about the car makers not really, setting the world on fire.
Yeah, but they are selling
and lithium-ion batteries setting the world on fire.
because what's selling is the EV.
That's the only thing that is selling, I guess.
Yeah, the EV is selling.
All right.
And I don't know why.
I'm just wondering if this is sustainable enough to make it back to the the past numbers that we were.
You know what you got to look at? How about we look at some of those old stocks like LAZR and VLDR? You remember them?
From like a million years ago.
The LIDARs, yeah.
Oh, the LIDAR stocks, right? Which I still own for whatever reason.
This one is like considered to be the number one LIDAR stock. What a terrible chart. But it has come off the bottom. So
there is still the thought that LIDAR is another, these self-driving cars are still actually there to be talked about.
When I'm eyeballing it, it looks like almost a double off the bottom.
Wow. You're right.
But is it just an ABC type correction? Are we going to retest the lows on this? I don't know. Let's look at another one. What's the other one? VLDR?
Yeah, VLDR is another one.
Also, a huge move off the bottom. Bottom was.
Yeah, I'm only down 93% on that one.
Oh, that's all.
So yeah, so the 17% gain of today was actually very, very nice.
It's more than doubled off the bottom, 72 pennies. I guess you should have bought more at 72 pennies.
Yeah, exactly. Very shoulda, coulda, woulda, right?
Yeah. Well, it did close above the 200.
Right. I mean, if you only look at the last 6 months, it's not a bad stock.
If you look at the close, it's clearly above the 200 and looks like it might have legs. I don't know. But you want to look at the three weeks? Well, you can go back up here to about when it was 214. You got to go. Well, didn't we play this at $20 or something?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, but this was when we were trying to get ahead of the curve a bit.
This was an outlet stock.
Yeah, my cost is 22.43. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like we were being smart because we were saying, oh, this is going to be the wave of the future.
It
But
will.
we were thinking 5 years, not 50 years.
It will. It will. Maybe it's time to pay more attention to these stocks.
You're not wrong.
How about the other one, LIDAR,
Yeah,
LIDR?
like you all right. That was the other one.
I had no idea I was going to do these stocks.
Yeah, well, we still have a couple minutes to kill.
It doesn't look as good as the
It
others.
does
No?
not.
No. So within the LIDAR space, I would be looking at Luminar and whatever the other one is called.
VLDR,
Yeah.
the one that we just looked at.
Yeah. Any other infrastructure plays?
Infrastructure plays. That's an interesting one, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's what this is, right? An infrastructure play for EV.
Well, do you remember from the old days, ChargePoint?
Oh, yeah, CHPT.
Because if we're talking about infrastructure,
Charging stations, sure.
so I guess it's starting to get a bit of a recovery.
Yeah, but is it just it hasn't made a significant new high. It keeps making new lows.
Well, nobody's been talking about it for at least a year.
Maybe it'll catch a bid. The low is 850. It's 50% off the low, roughly. What's this low? This low is 807. So it keeps making new lows. I don't like it. I'd rather take a chance with L's whatever.
Oh, VLDR.
Yeah. One of them. Luminar, maybe. I'm thinking about Luminar. I'm not sure I'm going to buy it. I added to Vuzi today. I added a little to Vuzi. I added to Google before yesterday, and I'm not too happy I did, but I did. All right, so that's about it, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much there.
All right, so the bottom line is that the technicals say bye, 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 bye. Jim Cramer says bye, 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 bye. And most of the other gurus on the street, the ones that with big names, say sell, 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 sell.
Oh, yeah, Tim was asking about Sava, but Sava actually
Sava was up today.
Yeah.
I believe it had a nice pop back. And he's talking about Tesla.
Yeah, no, we were talking. We talked about this months ago about their batteries. They are infrastructure.
Tesla is vertically integrated. Is that the term they use?
Yes, the term exactly.
Yeah,
and you're right, because they were a battery play, and they may very well be a charging station play somewhere down the road as well.
They're vertically integrated.
So
But
getting in Tesla is not just
they have a crazy madman lunatic at the helm.
Well, we're used to that in this country.
So are you upset that Zuckerberg's company did well?
No, I'm not upset. Good on him. And that, and in a way, with anytime you own one of these ETFs that's heavy into the Nasdaq, you're sort of forced to buy a bunch of Meta anyway.
Yeah.
So in a way, I benefited from Meta doing well.
Yeah. It's amazing of all the companies.
It's a surprise to me, Zor, because right. I mean, everybody's talking AI. Nobody's really talking Meta except for those.
It's not just a surprise to you. It's a surprise. It caught everybody by surprise.
Indeed, I guess so. Well, yeah. Was it also subscribers too? Or that was Facebook.
I think they went up. They didn't go down.
Yeah.
The older generation is very loyal to Facebook.
Correct. They like it better.
The number was 2 billion. Did they have 2 billion people?
Now let me ask you this: the teenagers that love to shake their booty and post on TikTok.
They went to TikTok, correct?
But when they get a little older, will they become Meta people again?
They definitely will.
Because they
Especially
can't-
Probably not. Probably not.
especially
after a while, you look ridiculous shaking your booty on TikTok.
exactly. Look at Mick Jagger in the Stones.
Sure.
The guy's 77 years old. How much could you know?
So, I mean, they have the booty shaking niche.
You're right. You have your window of opportunity, your booty shaking
Yeah.
window of opportunity, and that
Well,
closes
that's
real.
probably from the age of 8 to 18.
Oh, Dr. J, you got to add a little bit to that.
8 to 28.
Okay, there we go.
I mean, it does go downhill pretty quickly.
You're talking about men or women?
Both.
Okay, fair enough. As long as we're equal
I'm
opportunity.
equal opportunity gender person.
Exactly. As long as we're equal opportunity.
I don't care. I don't care if the men's room says hers, his, hers, or him. I couldn't care less. All right, so that's it.
So I just want to tell you this. I got this joke from a friend of mine today. They say
No jokes. Trying to get us into trouble.
Yeah, right.
Okay, forget it. Never mind.
Is it got to do with gender?
Kind of.
Then you tell it to Spike and me before the show.
After hours. Okay.
When that little live button is no longer red.
Yeah. All right, indubitably showed up. Tim Kirk showed up. Linus Chester showed up, and Andrew showed up. Good to see everybody.
Yep, like.
And
You guys
this bull market is going to bring people back. Adios, amigos. Be well.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Ciao.
Bye.